She suddenly saw a pair of 3-foot humps rising from the water in the middle of the river. She could clearly see 2 pairs of paddle-like fins extending several feet from the body just below the surface. She also saw a long tail under the surface. The monster's head had not yet appeared, but after a few minutes, the thick neck of a reptile rose several feet above the surface of the water. Morgan initially estimated the length of the creature at about 40 feet. It is not known what happened after that, but it can be assumed that it submerged again and disappeared from sight. Another of these incidents occurred in August of the same year and involved Rosemary Turner, a young woman on a hiking trip on the Sydney side of the river. It was about 3 p.m. and she decided to take a short break from her walk. She was only a few kilometers west of the Hawkesbury River Bridge, and the water was calm and still, but soon a huge black figure emerged from the depths, its slimy scaly humps rising 2 feet above the surface, and its back about 20 feet long. 2 fins could be seen moving just below the surface, and about 15 feet away from the creature's black body was the head of a snake, which rose 4 feet above the surface of the water and seemed to sway from side to side as the monster floated there in the middle of the lake. A faint outline of a tail could be seen. Startled by the sight, Rosemary quickly reached for her binoculars, allowing her to get a close look at the creature's head. She described it as 2 feet long and snake-like. It was ugly. She was completely petrified by the sight, but the encounter did not last long. The monster quickly sank below the surface, and its tail rose out of the water and spun as the creature descended into the darkness. Rosemary later estimated that the monster must have been 45 to 50 feet long. Broken Bay Estuary is located near Pittwater on the New South Wales coast, and is where George and Jan Cayley lived in a houseboat in mid-1979. Early one morning, it was raining outside, and the Cayleys were lying in bed together, presumably waiting for the storm to pass, when they suddenly felt their home being lifted out of the water. Their beds and furniture were thrown across the room into a heap of debris on the other side of the room, as their house was tipped to the side by an unseen force. In a massive crash, the boathouse landed back on the surface. After the horrific ordeal, the boathouse steadied. After emerging from the mess of destroyed furniture, the couple discovered that their beloved home looked like a tornado had torn through it. They decided to climb out on the deck of the boat, hoping to face the captain of the boat that caused the wreck. However, they were shocked to see a huge, long-necked monster move away from the disaster site and across the bay before sinking and disappearing from sight. They were able to recruit a group of friends to help them clean up the ruined remains of their bedroom, and apparently those people had no problem believing their story. It only happened once in the area.